mic's been off. Wait, what was the one Crumble had last week? The last game. What are you guys running? I have no comments. Give me a sec. I'm doing stuff with my retainer. I can look for. What's rival wings? Oh, yeah. Alright. Finished with my trainer, let me use this companion. Why do I keep doing companion? I have one collection. Yeah. Oh, that sounds madness. Haku men are hard. Why do I keep opening companion when I'm trying to open connect for collection? Yeah, I completely forgot to do this. I should probably do that as well. Doesn't Crumble do delivery? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't know. The only reason I know Crumble does delivery is one of my coworkers, she bought Crumble one time and shared it with the office. That's nice. Damn, that sounds good. I could go for a milkshake right now. Actually, no. Milkshake sounds good. Yeah. A churro cookie. That's an interesting one. Curious. Taste, that's a Keyring croissant curry. I feel like they would do something Star Wars related for that. Perfect. anime for. Aw, never. Well, there goes my thought. Maybe I'll invite him to come December 3rd instead. Night, Braun. That's impressive. Also, an anime where a person dies and reincarnates as a vending machine. I feel like I've heard of that, but I've never watched that. Yes, you said anime nonsense. Apparently it's pretty good. I think that technically counts. God, it feels weird to be back at level 50. No, what's that? Didn't Rai be the one to open the door? He's the one who got the key. Well. You didn't break it in a lock, did you? I vote with Rye. He doesn't have to. I didn't hear what she said. What did she say? Aye! Hey, 1989. Do I want to know the story behind that statement? Well, there's too many ice cubes on my nose. Just couldn't do it anymore. Like I said, there's a reason I had to stop. Don't you guys usually want me to pull till the end? Wait, don't I have them all? Did anyone see a key? That's better than a demon getting outplayed by a fighter. At least no one lost to the Grim Reaper playing Limbo. I missed that show. There's an axe? about a character named Ash in this game. Shouldn't he be in the next game? Oh, that's just before 16. I was trying to make a Stranger Than Origin joke. It failed. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. You could have gotten 2 fish hooks stuck in him. Is she good? I know how that goes. I remember, what was it? Last Wednesday, I got into a laughing fit for what was happening. The moment when you nickname your Pokemon something and it just ends up causing you to laugh out loud. I was doing a side quest in Z, and ZA ended up with the line, Sylveon's in love with Perfect Cell. Or Perfect Cell was in love with Sylveon. Either or, it made me laugh out loud. Get that quiet. I don't know what's so funny. I thought my headphones weren't working for a second. Plus, there was that one time Discord kept disconnecting me from the chat. Well, no, I think we at least have someone in the audience still laughing. No, but legit, I did think that my headphones were having a problem. Plus, like I said, Discord has sometimes disconnected me randomly. X1000. After they literally kept disconnecting me over and over. Is she still having a laughing fit? What, she get hit by Joker Venom or something? How is she live on it? Nah, if it does enough to hurt you, that's kind of concerning. Nope. What? I'm so confused what's going on here. No, if someone's really in the mood for turkey, why not? If someone's really in the mood for turkey, why not? Should I move and attack or just focus on? What? No! No! I don't know what's going on. Well, it depends on which one. I don't know, maybe that could have been to me. Shit! Okay. Alright, we all good? Charge! No? I'm not attacking, I'm running away from her just to stop attacking. I'll do that. Lag. Don't go near her! Oh, we're good? Third time's the charm. Square? Yeah. Concerning both me and Alex got hit by that. Oh, I literally only saw me and Alex get hit by that. I thought you guys were good. Ooh, I got my Tome stuff. Thanks for the... Wait, what? What's wrong? What do you got against with Mountain Dew? Yeah. But that's just... None of that sounds right. Ugh. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna stick around. I'm gonna head out of the voice chat. Thank you guys for the dungeon run. Sorry I missed all the raids. Weren't you guys doing Alexander? Fair enough. Alright. Alright. Well, see you guys. See you guys next time. Alright. And before we continue, guys, I'm going to be right back. So bear with me. I gotta take care of something real quick, but I will be right back. Also, August, I cannot believe you looked up fan art for that. Alright, I so do apologize for all that. Oh yeah. We were gonna do... Well, I was gonna start with PvP, especially because of this. I've been doing... Mog for the challenges. Why is it right back? I get straight into a fucking... Like, let's teleport to... Hamauka. But yeah. I do apologize for pulling the disappearing act and y'all getting just me on... Just stuck here and listening to the sites. I think now, since I ain't on chat with others anymore, you'd hear me with that, but unfortunately my little errand took a lot longer than I was expecting because I had to wait for them to finish with their kids so they would open the goddamn door. They asked me to pick those, and I had to wait for them to take a moment. I do apologize for that. Normally after a while, I would have just rang their doorbell, but because I know they also have kids, and that's what I was hearing, it was... Seriously, why the fuck am I lagging? But yeah. He sends an eastbound flow with your entry. Riding this current will provide passage to the Phantom Village. I hear you can apparently just teleport there, but I have never seen that. But whatever, we're going to go in for just a brief moment. We're going to run at least one critical encounter. Since we don't really need to grind them for anything else, it's just for the Mog Stones here. Why do I keep opening the wrong damn thing? Well, I did get most of the stuff I wanted already. Ready? It's basically just get more. I mean, hell, I was going for get to get everything I can. And these challenges ain't bad, so it's the worst that happens. Alright, let's journey to the... Oh. Hopefully it won't take long to do one critical encounter. Then we're going to head out, and then we're just going to run PvP probably until the end of the stream. Because, well, I do have pretty much everything I want from it. It's something to do, and yeah. So how's everyone's night doing? Alright. Okay, so unfortunately it looks like we are going to have to wait a little longer than I hoped. Which is a little depressing, but whatever. Our plan was going to be either do this or PvP, so yeah. And I'm going to probably run the stream a little longer just to be... Let's just say safe. Just to make up for the time. You guys got stuck watching me just sit here because... But hopefully it won't take too long. I thought we were done with the waiting game. But it's still waiting. Alright. While we're waiting, anyone want to do a Q&A? What's the questions you got? What's the question? Come on, let's do a Q&A. What's a question? We walk the right night's road as our travels go silent and the tome pages flicker with endless dialogue. Give me a question. Come on. Question. So no one's got any questions? Hey, avoiding to start. Sir, welcome to the show. Right now, you caught us on a breather. We're waiting. Our travels for the night riders. We're waiting for this critical encounter to end, and for another one to start up. Unfortunately, we logged in right at the wrong time. Guess that over 10 minutes I was gone because of a really annoying side quest. Sure. An anime called Dead Accounts. No, I have not. Have you ever heard of an anime called Zombie 100? Or Zom 100? As we're waiting right now, I'm just trying to do a Q&A. Because why not? What's it about? Because who knows? It might be depending on what I find when I finish some animes on my next weekly anime watching on Saturday. I might need something to find for one of them. So I'm not sure where I am until I think after next week I should be done with Fate Strange Fake. I don't know what Fate season. Well, I'll be honest, I kind of want to rewatch Last Encore. Basically Bleach, but with tech. See, I don't know if that makes me want to watch it more or less, because I'll be honest, having rewatched Bleach more consistently, even up to 1,000 Year War, that's skipping so much filler. I can't say Bleach just feels one of those animes I want to consider bad or good. Like, it's not terrible, but sometimes I just feel like the big bads are just so boring. Like, I'll be honest, what was it? Like, with Aizen, after a while, I felt like, okay, I feel like we're going to get the moment of him. I don't want to take sitting too long, because you sit, you get knocked out. Like, with Aizen, like, I thought he was a big, kind of became boring after a while, because it seems like, I don't understand how any of these characters can see him, because this power set seems like, oh, it's an illusion or something. No, you're not actually seeing it, and it just seems, after a while, it's like, okay, whatever. Even though, like, oh, you think this killed him? Nope, turns out he got revived and comes back stronger. Also, he just looks dumber and dumber the more his designs go, if you ask me. And in this new one for 1,000 Year War, I gotta be honest, I didn't think that one was pretty good either. What was it? What's his name again? Fuck, I'm forgetting of the Iwata someone. And like that one, he's like, oh, he's base. Oh no, this will beat him, this will beat him, this will not. Nope, he swings at the win anyways because some shit goes off. I've been told it's not that simple. It's supposed to be like how they're written. It's something more than it's just, to me, it just comes across a little bit of like, eh. I know I'm just rambling, but there were some things that were cool and nice. But I will say this, I don't give a shit about the whole shipping war with, whatchamacallit. Oh, Ichigo should have gotten with Rukia or Hime. I mean, like, forgive me if I'm not, at least half those stories don't really, like, seem they should make sense. And the romance of being into them didn't really seem that big of the character. No. Just thinking I want another Fate anime. Especially if it's Grand Order related. You know, they could make a whole massive season of Fate animes if they wanted to. Just from Grand Order. I mean, if you think about it, they could make probably like how they made with the Babylonian Lost Spells anime. They could make an entire season, over 20 episodes, of probably every freaking Singularity, and if they wanted to, Lost Spells, Ordinal Calls. Yeah, they could make a lot. They could make a seriously long Fate series, Fate Grand Order series if they did that. I know they've already made movies for I want to say Camelot and Solomon, but like they could actually expand on that. Kind of like the Unlimited Blade Works anime was expanded of the Unlimited Blade Works movie. And yes, I have seen the live-action One Piece both seasons. It's definitely, I want to say, better that makes sense for a live-action series. To quote honest trailers, they cracked the code, change basically nothing, and just adapt the series. What they expand on, I don't think it's bad either. Although I will admit, they do somewhat mess up some things. Because if I remember the first season, the iconic scene with Shanks, his crew wiping out those mountain bandits. Doesn't Shanks like literally say a line that has nothing, that it makes sense animat? As you know what happens, because you know they pour the drink, but the guy didn't exactly do that in live action. Although you bring up the live action One Piece, does remind me of thing. I wonder how many people were shocked when they found out what Zeref had been eating the entire time he and Sanji were stranded on that island. Yeah, I don't know why I'm flagging. I really do think that this pushes more than my laptop can take times. Jeez. I really didn't think it would take that long for a critical encounter to show up. I know we showed up in the middle of one, especially I can imagine a lot of people doing critical encounters. One for things like pace and possibly the dimension. I always say the wrong thing. But it is literally a mini-mod challenge for week 3. This one, unfortunately, it looks like I can't do because I don't have Go West Craftsman. I'm assuming this is, one of the crafting side quests, but I don't have any of those. And, well, I don't do any of these. This I could have done, but this I honestly forgot. I'm guessing it is too late for this. Unless maybe it is the 14th. I could possibly try doing this still. Let's see, do I have any good gear I don't need? Why'd you bring up the One Piece live action, boy? I need a way to figure out your name. Nothing against it, but as much as I give people their shorthands on their names, probably can cure some of these rings. This, I honestly don't need this anymore. Even this, I think, well, we already made it. Oh. I can get rid of this, because I do not have any classes that would need this anymore. I'm long not going to be wearing this, but I don't care about these things. I did say it's cute. No, I'm just curious if there's something particular about the One Piece live action. Or you were just asking if I would have I seen the If you want, I could just do a shorthand and call you it's Turret. It works for me. Jesus! How long into a critical encounter are you gonna show up? Come on. I'm curious, has anyone here seen any of the Fate animes? Fate Stay Night, Fate Unlimited Blade Works, Heaven's... I always want to say Wheel, but I think it's Wheels. Actually, now I kind of want to look that up. No. Oh, my gift sub to reuse expired. Oh yeah, it is Heaven's Feel. Why do I always want to say Wheel? It's fucking Urza's move. I'll be honest, I think it's been a while myself as well. I was tempted last Saturday to start watching, rewatching Fate, Extra Oh no, technically it hasn't been a while since I've been watching Fate Strange Fake, which is not bad. It's weird. I will admit, I don't know how I feel about the art design. It feels kind of like Rebels. Like it's weird. Especially when you've seen the other Fates. I don't know about it. Sometimes it seems weird, but like I don't know. Maybe it's just the way they have the noses. I don't know. Yeah, I have been watching Fate Strange Fake every Saturday, especially now they actually started playing those episodes. Because I remember, for a while, it was just the first two episodes, and then like nothing after that for a while. Yeah. Jeez. The way it's taken to get a critical encounter pop up, I might only just be able to do one PvP today. Which, honest to God, probably wouldn't be that big. We already got 40 of these tomes, and this critical encounter will give us... I gotta read how much we're supposed to get. If we do the mini-mog challenge for the occult, it would be 10. If this still lets us do this, it would be another 10, which, honest to God, I think that and the 20 we've gotten would be a lot better. You know what? Since we've been standing around waiting for a while, and I'm worried there's not going to be a lot of players in this, I'm going to head out and then head back in. Hopefully we'll get one where a critical encounter will show up. If not, all this will just reset our wait, and it's whatever. But hey, anyone mind just hearing me ramble? Ramble. Journey to the focus on South Horn. Boo bots. But yeah, going off of the point I said earlier, they could if they wanted to, they definitely could make an entire, like, well, I can't say as long as One Piece, but probably they could actually, depending on how much they do for the season, yeah, I mean, they probably wouldn't need to do another Babylonian one, since they literally already had a season for it. But they could literally probably do a whole bunch of seasons just for each singularity. Although I will admit, probably for some of them, they probably... Oh, yes, see, perfect. We did exactly what we needed. Ooh, it's going to be stone, but... I think it's going to be coming to snow, but yeah. But yeah, just thinking all the singularities there. There's Singularity F, which will bring us to Wiki, which basically, they admittedly already have done that as the First Order special, but they could probably expand that, and possibly depending on how much they can cover with certain other singularities. Because worst case, I would say for some of them, they might not be able to do a full, like, 21 episodes again, but they could probably do more with it again. Like, for example, what was it? Not sure, I think go this way. They could probably maybe combine Fuyuki, the first Singularity F, and Orleans together, maybe, if they didn't think they had enough Orleans. Cover. Then they could go to America and... what are the orders again? Oceanos, London, Camelot. Again, I don't know if they want to do one for Babylonia, and then... because, like I said, they already did an entire season for that one. They could possibly just... I don't know how they would... they might have... if they did that, though, they might have to just do narration for them. Maybe a narrator and just bring up that one. And make a reference. No, because it would be weird for them to do another season just for that, because they already literally have a season, but... they could. Then go into Solomon. And then that would just be able to cover the Singularities Part 1. Then they could do the Part 1.5 with the, what was it called? There was something leading up to before they did the Lost World, and they could do an entire... oh yeah, Epics of Remnant, that's what it was, I think. Epics of Remnant. Epics of Remnant. And then, once they did that, they could literally do one for every single Lost Belt. Which again, I think would be another 7 seasons. And they could literally do a lot. Like, I know I said it wouldn't be as many episodes as One Piece, but it could damn be enough for a long-ass anime. Maybe close to the amount of like what Fairy Tail had for put all the seasons together. Yeah, that reminds me, whatever happened to the dubbing of Eden Zero? We got the first season on Netflix. I know the second season came out on dub, but whatever happened to that? Are they not going to dub the rest of it? So I'm going to have to go back and read the manga again, because it's something to start. And I'm not much of a manga reader, to be honest. Of course, the one occult we're doing is the one of my least favorite ones. So the pain in the ass dog and all this shit is. But yeah. I would say they could also go, sorry, I know I'm just rambling going back to earlier points, but like for example, Fate Grand Order. They could make a whole bunch of that for that. I could even point they could do ordinal calls as 4 seasons as well, probably. There is supposed to be 4 of them. But the only reason I say probably won't do that is only in Japan does I think all of them have come out. Because if I remember correctly, they said Part 2 is ending. Has reached its end. But I've been hearing conflicting information with, if that means FGO is finished, because there are things I heard, and something like heard that there's no intent to stopping, and there's definitely events that are coming out afterward, but there's no indication that it's the end. But from what I've heard, the way Part 2 ends, it might be kind of a, hey, it's what the story's going for. I don't know. we'll see when all those events happen. I mean, hell, we're nowhere. I think we've only had 2 drop at this point. So who really knows where we are with it? I'd say the same thing as it's like with how World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14. There is no indication any of these games have reached their end. Like WoW still has one more in its World Soul Saga, and Final Fantasy 14, while the Askian and, or sorry, I'm sure you say Hydaelyn and Zodiac and all that arc has ended. We have no idea what this new storyline is going to be. Like, no, seriously, I actually have no idea what's going to happen. Even all these post-patch quests, I have no idea what it's going to lead to with the next expansion. Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't play Destiny 2 to me, especially from what I've seen in the game. It's not really, it calls itself an MMO, but it's really almost like a first-person shooter. And I'm not saying this as someone who's never played Destiny. I haven't even seen it, but hell, I remember when Destiny 2 came out, I literally bought it for my brother. I don't know if it was a present or just something to put a smile on his face. But yeah, he bought the game, made his character, and I watched it. Also, I'm pissed they brought back Cade and still killed him off again. But rest in peace, Lance Riddick. Oh man, Percy Jackson Season 2. Dude, just, their Zeus did not feel the same. But I don't know. I also hope FGO doesn't end anytime soon, because, you know, it's a fun expansion. I love the with war, and just what do you see and mess around with? We've seen such craziness in Fate, which honestly, Fate is kind of like DC's Legend Tomorrow after their Season 2, where they just embrace the fucking randomness of the time travel and all that. Although I will say there are definitely some things with DC Legend Tomorrow where I really wish they did get the chance to not mess with. Like, for example, when they gave us Spooner as a character, I'll be honest, I'm disappointed in where her character became. Because while there's aspects and ideas that didn't seem to come up, like for example, what was it, like the idea apparently making Diggle Daryl versus John Stewart. Alright. Get our critical encounter, and we should also... God, every time I keep wanting to go to freaking election. And now we also have our mini-mog challenge done. Claim their ward. Alright. We're gonna get out of here. Yeah, the whole thing with Diggle being the equivalent of John Stewart, but you know, we never actually got to see him become John Stewart because they decided to like drop that idea, which I don't know if that's also because they had a planned show of Justice U that I don't know what happened, because that's the only one I never like heard anything happen with. But the Arrowverse basically just the whole thing with Warner Bros. Just ended up, everything got deleted. Also, I gotta be honest, I'm also really upset with how they did Superman and Lois dirty. Like, not that I thought it was a bad show, although I will be honest, their Lex Luthor in the end was... He wasn't a good Lex Luthor. Like, you might say John Cryer didn't do it, but he felt literally more Luthor than what's the equivalent of a fucking Luthor who you'd see at a fucking biker's club. Plus, I don't see any reason why they had to make it on a new Earth. They could have literally made it Earth 1 and that would have been nothing. Or not Earth 1, Earth Prime. I miss the Arrowverse though. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this glamour because I don't fucking like it. I did this for the Chocobo raid night and that was it. And we can take the Chocobo hat. No, the funny thing is, you think I would just take the Chocobo? I don't think the last season of it was bad. I will admit, I do think some of the plot points and ideas were just kind of meh. But I won't say it was bad. I do wish they brought back Wally West. Because it's not that I think the character, anything that happened with the character was bad or anything, but to be honest, it's just, I feel like they did much with them. Alright, I'm gonna take supply, ask for delivery, alright. Okay, good, I can actually, I don't think I wear these here. Yes. No, I definitely am not wearing that. See, I've got the bygone. Alright, let's get rid of these. Material on it? What material is on it? I can get more. That one as well will do. It is? Who's... Oh, my Reaper, probably. Yeah, I'm a long way from needing any one of those. 2. I'm gonna use Tombstone gear. I don't know where that's better. You know what? That's something I never understand. Why would you want it so you're... See, that I will give you. That one I find it weird. Like, why make it so closed off? It feels weird. Materials on it. I should probably take that material off. But whatever. I should have some lower end gear that I don't need. Do I seriously still have these? Where the fuck? That, I think, should be all we needed. 100-year timeline. That's... I mean, power to them. I mean, they didn't give them the chance. That reminds me of another one, a show that had, like, a 5-year plan, but, you know, never got the chance to finish it. Frickin'... Yeah, no, it looks like this was expired. I can't do it. Because obviously I can't claim... Yeah, whatever. That's on me. I should have done that last night. But whatever. I'm pretty sure I got most of the shit I wanted from this anyways. But no, that does remind me, going back to another Arrowverse show, Stargirl. The writer for that one, who literally based this... is based off the one who originally wrote the character of Courtney Whitmore, based off his sister. Who had passed away. Like, he had a 5-year plan for that show, and like he did not get a chance. Alright. Let's see, what can I still... I did get this evidence. Alright. There was that. No, bomb. Got that. Alright, we'll buy this. With our 30 of our 50. Got ourselves another new mount. But yeah. Unfortunately, they only got 3 seasons out of that show, and... Well, there were some moments, I will admit, were not the best. For example, I don't like how they gave fucking, what was it, damn, these look like they'd be kind of cool. I don't know if you get all 5 of these, if you're supposed to, or how many of these are, you can get one. I'm probably just gonna have to wait, because I think you have to run something for these guys. Same thing with the Guevers. I've got Innocent, I've got Ruby, Light, Emerald, some here. Yeah, damn, I'm gonna run the 3 on the mounts. Alright. I promised you guys after we did the critical encounters, I was going to do PvP. So let's switch to Samurai. My Samurai, he's level 79. One more, he's gonna get his job gear. Or not job gear, he's gonna be level 80. I'm gonna get the next set of Tome gear for him. Which I think should be, I'll briefly be going to Shadow Gear. Or Shadowbringer, which was a fun expansion. Dark, but fun. Now we just gotta wait for a PvP map to start. Yeah. I'm gonna try to shoot for 2. Oh, wow. We get it the instant kill. Always perfect. Yeah, Stargirl, he had a 5-season chance for it, and 5-season plan, but he only got to go through 3 of the seasons. That would have been us. There's quite a lot I would have wished to have seen from the Arrowverse. Like, what was Green Arrow and the Canaries, which would have starred Oliver Queen's daughter Mia Queen, and had the actress who played the original Laura Lance, and the actress who they got to replace the Black Canary, Dinah Laura Lance, with Dinah Drake. As much as I do like the Arrow, I gotta be honest, their insistence of just not giving us back fucking Laura Lance, the fucking Black Canary herself, was dumb. Especially, I think I remember one of the excuses was, oh, we want death to mean something again. Yeah, and you brought fucking back, how many times did you bring back the Reverse Flash in fucking Flash? Apparently he's a DC character. That is the only one of the Arrowverse shows that I never watched. Aw, I guess Ryu finished the stream earlier. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to make sure I put in something for his, and I guess we will read someone else later tonight. Oh, damn, I completely crossed it. Now, what I'll tell you, the funniest thing about the fact that Lucifer was part of that universe was the sheer fact the devil was able to keep that secret. Because apparently he was like, no, I'm not part of the Crisis on Infinite Earths. Nope. Yeah, he literally shut up. I will be also honest, another one of the Arrowverse shows, I will admit, I think they made a mistake with their plan with it, was Batwoman. I know there was shit with Ruby Rose that caused her not to want to continue the show, but I got nothing against the actress who played the character. I gotta be honest, they gave her such a terrible character. Like, literally everything to do with her character, I was like, this character does not have the same, is not good. Like, I preferred literally every other character, then it felt more like the story felt such a stretch. Jesus. Batwoman's, the second Batwoman from, or do you mean Ruby Rose's one? Because my issue, I just felt like she seemed so out of place, like why everyone cared for her, even just the idea what they could have done. Like, I get it, the actress quit the show, and like, here's the thing, I don't know, it's like the whole stretch to put the other Batwoman, especially, yeah, are you saying both of them, or just one of them? Because there was 2 Batwomans in the Arrowverse. I don't know if you saw. I can't say I hated her costume, and especially I think that's how she actually kind of looks in the I'm gonna die here. No, maybe I might be able to run. Yeah, no, I'm gonna die fleeing for my life. Although I should probably just try to heal up as much as I can right here. I don't think the Ruby Rose one was terrible. I think that one's at least more comic accurate, where once they had to recap, had to get rid of her. Her like the second one, and it's nothing against like the action, especially I just feel like because they had to like completely rewrite the storyline, I'm guessing, but just like even the ideas and just was brought up just was so weak, like especially with some of the other aspects that you realize later. What they could have done is they could have simply just recast the actress playing Batwoman, because they did that technically. They did give us like I want to say she was what was that what about like the one grandfather of Superman? I think it was on like the Sci-Fi Krypton, I think it was. Like they had the actress from one of that, like Wallace something, or I don't know, I don't remember her name. Like they literally did recast Kate Kane as that actress and just explain it was, you know, someone from the False Space Society. Fucking Black Mask or whatever it's called again. I'm literally blanking on his name. I'm not much of a comic book reader, so I don't know all these characters on the top of my head. Like I literally know who I know. They could have just done that. You could have literally had at the beginning like Luke Fox becoming Black, what was it, Batwing? Or whatever his name was. He's the one who's protecting Gotham and investigating all this on the Bat's family side until they rescue Kate. And then and then she gets to become Batwoman and, you know, put a stop to the fucking Black Mask or whatever his name was. And then you could have introduced that. You could have completely done this one, especially, like, again, the character who, like, what was her, Ryan Wilder? She was such a stress, and, like, honest, also, what you later find out is she's also flat out, like, just lying about certain details. Like, for example, she complained that the Crows arrested her because they were being racist and planted drugs on her. Only we later find out, no, it's because she took the fall for her girlfriend. But she still blames the Crows for being racist. Like, I don't know. To me, that one was like I'm not even surprised why they canceled season 3. Cause I can just imagine like the show just was bad. I just think the show was just bad. I mean, especially like I'm not even trying to harp on the show. Like I watch it. I would literally check every week when there was on CW when there was a Batwoman episode. But like honestly, you could have just not. Did not care for it. Hell, even like what was the canon romance they gave her in that show again? It was her and the former Crow, like Sophie. The fact that that was introduced even outside of her show was also just like, okay, I have no interest in this relationship because it was what was seen as whatever. Whatever, because they like, okay, we're getting just a foregone conclusion because she apparently married that girl chick in the future. Well, admittedly, yes, we see that in a bad timeline. The fact that it was even the present, we see other aspects that did carry over for that one. That one, like, for example, Chuck and Allegra liking each other. I don't know, to me, it's just the idea of recaps between her. It's kind of like how I feel about when they revealed Superman and Lois, because apparently we've been following a different Superman and Lois than the one that the actual Arrowverse version, because they wanted to, I guess, be free of having to worry about any connection for Earth from the Earth Prime series and all that. I don't know, especially with Dumb. If it wasn't because before COVID, there was literally supposed to be a fucking crossover between Superman and Lois and Batwoman, but because of COVID, we never got that. So I would love to know how they would explain that one if apparently it's a completely different Earth. I don't know, that's one of the Arrow. And I'll admit, Superman and Lois wasn't a bad series in the end. I mean, I will think there were some aspects that I didn't care for, like, for example, the whole thing with Superman and Lois's Lex Luthor basically just felt like out of place for Lex Luthor. Like, I feel like John Cryer did a better Lex Luthor than the one in that one. And I know I'm rambling, and this has nothing to do with Final Fantasy or even this PvP map, which I'm surprised we're winning, but I'm not actually doing very hot right now. But for me, it's more just the aspect and idea. It's just, you didn't need to do that. Like, it was pointless, it was dumb, and I feel like it was also just a retcon as well. They literally had, what was it, Diggle in Season 1, mentioning Oliver, but apparently he's the only, Superman's the only hero, Oliver, or, I don't know, it was just a dumb way to explain it. It was pointless. You just said it, and if you want to explain why are none of the other heroes coming, because Superman doesn't want to include them in his fight because he knows they have their own stuff. But I can't defend that Lex Luthor. Like, there were probably some, but like, it just felt like, again, he felt out of place. Like, the only thing that carried over with him was his wanting revenge on Superman, and even then, that was just, I will say, the new Superman, what was it, Nicholas Hoult, he's definitely doing good. But I do feel like, from the roles we've seen, he feels like what you could see from Jesse Eisenberg, but no, he didn't really give him a chance for Stephen Luthor. So many people making a joke, oh, he seems better as fucking, what was it? The Joker? I think I even watched a video where he's literally just becoming more and more Joker-like. Hope you all enjoyed me rambling. I will tell you one show I am not surprised it got fucking just one season, just because how dumb, weird, its inability to explain, or just it gave such shit or even plot points was Naomi. And that one was, I still don't even know what the fuck was going on in that show. Even some of those aspects I can see as perfectly, only the author can save them now. Like, what was it, there was one where she had to be 2 locations where she would have to sacrifice something for her friend, and then she just felt super speed. Literally, she's suddenly just getting power and all that. I don't know. Why would you go? Are you warning Blue's coming, or are you saying get Blue because Blue doesn't have the most points? Unless that is a very behind chat. I don't watch the chat too much, which I will make Slash's point of tell Blue where to go. But he was like, wow, I should not have done that. I literally ran in and started to fight Blue, and I just got fucking wrecked by the crowd. There's a reason with PvP I give so little shit if we win or lose. Because how crazy they can go and just like bad moments. And you can literally lose a map just because. But on that, the Arrowverse was fun. There was a whole bunch of shit that would have been fun to see. Like, I would love to have seen that sequel for the Arrow. Hell, I would love to have been able to carry over more episodes of the Flash. As much as people give the Flash, oh, it's being ridiculous. Oh, Barry has more of a chemistry than with a whole bunch of other characters than fucking his wife. I'm like, Snake, what the fuck's wrong with his relationship with his wife? They actually probably had one of the most healthiest relationships in all the Arrowverse. And that's saying something. Oliver and Felicity was a mistake. No, seriously, even when I rewatched Arrow, I had to admit, like, even where that really came from. Like you said, oh, it's always been you to Felicity, like, towards the end of season 2, like, he was dating Sarah for quite a bit of season 2 when Sarah came back. Only for that reason, like, seemed to break off everything. She's suddenly been just so mad in love with Felicity. I don't know. I think it's because she was such a fan favorite in the first 2 seasons, and then you learn why writing your story around fan favorites can just kind of fail a little bit. I mean, look at Legends of Tomorrow. When that show first came out, it was basically the idea for the cast was a whole bunch of fan favorites, minus Jefferson Jackson, because I think that was apparently the actor who originally played Ronnie Raymond. Well, we might not be winning this. But yeah, the actor who originally played Ronnie Raymond couldn't commit to the show, which is why they unfortunately had to kill off the character. Which is sad. And I do wonder, I don't know if this is based off the comic, and it's the same reason also why they introduced, actually, what was the reason why? I think that's why they had to do Jefferson instead of the actor who, originally, because the second Firestorm is, Jason, Rush or something like that, who did appear as a character in the Flash, but it was, he couldn't commit, I think, to the character, and I guess, why did they kill him? Actually, I gotta look that up. Why they killed off Ronnie Raymond and the Flash. So I feel like there was a reason for it, but I don't know why. Which is why I'm pausing my words and wondering what could have caused it. Because I remember reading somewhere like the actor Jason couldn't come back, which I think that's why they replaced him with Jefferson Jackson, because, yeah, that's not based off any comic, so unless they made him set on a Cam Immigrant, which I'll admit, I liked their relationship with Jefferson. But he was the Firestone we got to see the most of. I do think that's the reason why some of the aspects were brought up. Like, for example, despite, Roy Harper being an iconic Arrow character, there was a reason he disappeared for a good amount of the season. It looks like Adder's gonna win this, unless Flames can come from a victory, but yeah, we've lost. Whatever. We'll get a whole bunch of experience. Not enough to get us close to 1 level, but we're gonna run another one anyways right after this. Yeah, I wanna at least do 2. Now we're at 24 for these. I think if I remember correctly, our retainers did get a venture, so let's check in with that. I do want to actually look up if there was a reason why they got rid of got rid of Ronnie Raymond. Okay, let's brought a present for you, sir. Alright. I know I did this on my other retainer, but let's adjust the prices on this one as well. $255. Unlike World of Warcraft, you can at least the prices change a whole lot. As long as the item sells eventually and you make a lot of gil, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's only when the item becomes like worthless that's when I get saddened. But hey, if they sell them by the end of the day and I make a lot more gil than I would get just selling it normally, I ain't gonna complain. Now, if I remember, I started, I think this expansion actually, with less than 1,000 gil, running maps and doing this constantly. I'm now at almost 50 million. And part of the reason I'm not 50 million is because I bought map. I completely forgot to do the complete. I bought like stuff on the marketplace. Like I bought mounts. Done perfectly. But goodbye for now, sir. All right, one more PvP map, and we'll probably call it right after this map. Who knows how long the map will go? Damn, how long have I been rambling about the Arrowverse? Oh yeah. Since I keep saying it, and we're gonna have a minute or a few minutes till we can do anything with the map starting. Okay, so yeah, it was so it looks like it was because I was right, it was the actors not being available. Which I think is the same reason that I remember reading why they didn't do Jason Ross. So yeah, it was because they killed Robbie Raymond off because when he switched over to Legends, they didn't have the actual actor for a long time constantly. He didn't have the availability, which is sad because I would love to have seen how they would have done Ronnie Raymond in Legends, but I will be honest, I didn't hate Jax. I am really just sad they did. I wasn't expecting Yellowstone coming really running. Especially this seems too early for a pin. I might just not have been there, so I'm not gonna look what was the reason. Okay, so that doesn't answer. I know I read it somewhere. I think I remember reading somewhere it was the same reason for Jason, why they didn't do Jason Rush. And it is what it is. And I'm not gonna be honest. Well, he might not be the comic accurate character for it. I do like what the actor they picked for Jax, and I do think he worked for the storylines they had him in Legends. Hell, the fact that when they the actor who played Martin Stein left the Arrowverse, I don't know why there's been such a focus on Arrowverse right now. I have been rewatching like Flash, Supergirl, and Legends, so maybe that's why. The series has just been on my mind. But yeah, I do like I will admit because when they had him pull a disappearance, well not just well they got when he left the show to go back to Broadway. I'm a little sad they did have Jefferson leave the show, leave like disconnect from the Firestorm Matrix and all that. I wish there was a way they could have continued him as a character. He honestly was interesting. Hell, if they could have, I wish they kind of did more with Rip. I never did figure out his connection with Reverse Flash. Then again, maybe as some people suggested with Steel's character, there was that was just retconned with the Crisis. Oh, I do think the issue is people just suggest it. In reality, it was more a completely different situation with Nate's character. Yeah, he might have been very easy to injure. Well, what's the term for it? Like something with his blood doesn't. I don't remember the word for it. But that doesn't mean he doesn't do crazy dumb shit. I mean, we were literally introduced to the character running from Mirror Queen's security, so. And him being very happy to get into the fray even though he's deeply injured. So, I'm just gonna say it's not that while Nate probably couldn't do all the shit he wanted to, he just wasn't the thing that stopped him. Then again, it also could just be simply blamed on Legends writing, because I mean, there are some aspects I will admit the Arrowverse probably didn't write to connection. For example, what was it? No, I'm definitely thinking there's something I'm thinking of. I'm just blanking on what I'm trying to think of. I know I remember there was a moment like. Fuck, what am I thinking of? There's a moment. Oh yeah, going back to the Legends, the whole what was season 4 was it? The one where they got the actor who played Biff to be Nate's dad. Dad. Like the way that season was originally written, he was a lot eviler of a character. But because I guess they liked the actor so much, they changed it mid-season to make him more of a good guy and more just having a good deed, but not perfectly done. The problem was he still tortured the magical creatures for it, which it's possible because, you know, they didn't own, he wasn't really torturing them, but it's one of those things like aspects of certain characters just didn't come across as weird. Like, for example, or because eventually, like I said, they did bring aspects of, characters just running up. Like, for example, the fact that Gary was secretly an alien didn't really make sense when you think of certain aspects in the beginning. Or, like, for example, things like, I get it, the Hawks weren't the best character. I wish they did give them a chance to come back and do more with. Or, like, example, they never brought back the whole thing about the Targaryens and, like, the invasion in the future, which, even when they focused on aliens, I think they would have done more with that. Especially because I gotta be honest, the whole thing with Bishop was, compared to, like, the rest of the big bads, he kind of was, Like, I'll admit, he became interesting, and I can see, especially with how the final season went. Yeah, I wish they got a chance to do shit with Booster Gold, but unfortunately, Legends got canceled. They literally introduced him at the very end, left the season on a cliffhanger, and then they fucking canceled it. It was depressing. I'm pretty sure there was fan petitions to save the show. You think that would have made Warner Brothers think, hey, maybe we should keep this show? They seem to really like it. Maybe they didn't get enough signatures. At this point it is what it is. The Arrowverse has been dead for what, 10 years? I'm probably not wrong. I mean, no, it hasn't been 10 years. I think it was still going on when I first moved to this state. But yeah. I feel like it went out with a whimper, and that's that. I've been rambling. probably there. You think I would be rambling something Final Fantasy? Man, I wonder what they're gonna give us for Final Fantasy 17. Man, 6 wasn't a terrible game. There are just some aspects I wish they fixed. Like I said, I'm gonna run the stream a little late today just to make up for that 10 minutes we did nothing. The way this one's going, we might win. I say might because God knows, you never know with these ones. Which if we do, this puts us at 29, and I don't know what I'm gonna spend. I mean, I could do the etiquette ones, but I don't think I'm gonna get 100. Even if I do continue with on the weekends and maybe Friday as well, 5 every bot maps on every PvP. Especially, I think the new patch drops on the 28th. So I have basically until maybe the 27th to do as many of them as. At this point, it's basically however many I can get. I basically got everything I wanted from. But even from the last 2 mounts I bought, like the Tomoes, I wasn't originally going for those. Plus, depending on how the challenges go, I might not care. I might get more than I thought. Like, no, I didn't do my things with the Fate ones and the Grand Company, which, I'll be honest, was dumb. And for the Grand Company ones probably wouldn't have been bad difficult. But like, for example, I got the ultimate, the map, doing map spot time, doing up the portal. One of those. Especially if some stuff come back. For example, I think the bomb pangolin keep me on the time, and I think the Tome as well. I will say, Webbers, if we get more of the ones that show up, I would be happy for. Same with the whatchamacallit, Tome. This also just shows the craziness of PvP. There are 3 characters here. We're all doing damage to them, and not one. It's because of this thing. The more kills you got, the harder you are to kill. So I'm chasing after the summoner. Okay, that summoner's defense. Yeah. He seems like someone who's died next time. Oh. Mana. Alright, that's it. This is what I was looking for because I was trying to get the damn standard elixir. Although I'll be honest, seeing that killed me, I don't think I would have gotten a chance to use the elixir. At this point, it's whatever. I'll be honest, I don't really care about my score in this. I don't care if we win. I'm literally here for XP, and that's it. It looks like hopefully after a month, hopefully I'll be 80 on this guy. I'm probably going to start leveling my monk after this, get him 10 levels, then do Dragoon. Or maybe I'll do Dragoon 10 levels and then do monk. I don't really care. Like, even this, I'll admit, I'm just leveling for the fun of it.
friendly then.
If we didn't need to focus on yellow, we need to build up our points. God knows I'm just gonna kill attack whoever I see. Although at this rate, it does not look like we're gonna catch up, so. Drop. Damn, someone needs 5? Idiot, why did you not go? Oh, I guess that one there was someone in that one. Good 6. Why would you run? But damn, everyone is high end. It's gonna be basically, I think, anyone's game now. I mean, Flames are in a lead, so that's concerning. Ladders are far behind. And I'm literally running out of a whole bunch of yellows. That's no partner. Oh, that definitely didn't help anyone. Like I said, at this point, it's anyone's game. And I do not care who loses. Especially, even if we win this, I'm going to be honest, well, I'll get 5. I don't think it's going to be enough to really change anything. Yep. Because the full experience is, when you do this, well, doing this multiple times will help us. It doesn't really add anything much in the end. On that note, I'm going to call it here for the night, so I hope you enjoyed the show. Share your favorite, follow, like, spread it around. If you know others who'd be entertained by my show, send them my way. I will happily entertain you all. Also, don't forget to subscribe. It can only help out the channel. If you're wondering benefit for subscribing, feel free to ask. I will be happy to share. But don't go anywhere just yet, because we're going to raid someone. You know, let's raid Ellie. She's playing Final Fantasy. We were streaming Final Fantasy. And she's in that Endwalker grain, so why not? Let's raid. Oh, look, she's on the moon. Alright, the raid will begin in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's raid.